Yeah, sorry, I'm in my car though because I couldn't make it home in time. So
It's fine.
and I wanted to let the podcasters hear. It's more important than going home at the moment.
Right. So clearly, I'm in my room, and Denine's in her car, looking.
Yes, I'm parked outside. What's up, everybody? This is another episode of Tough Talk Tuesday. I'm Deneen.
I'm Katrina.
And you know what, Katrina? You could tell me what you're tough about today. What's Katrina tough about?
What am I tough about? So, I'm
Mm.
tough about how Black women are portrayed on social media and on reality TV shows, and how it affects, and how people don't realize it can affect our personal lives. So, for example, a lot of people are talking about Real Housewives of Potomac, and there was like a big fight and everything, and they're all Black. I mean, for people that don't watch the show, Real Housewives, you should get on it. Deneen, I don't know why.
It's funny. What'd you say? What'd you say the show was called?
Real Housewives of Potomac.
Yeah. So I've never watched an episode of Real Housewives ever. So maybe I will check it out.
Okay.
I'll try my best.
So what was I saying? So there's the cast is all Black females, and clearly people automatically, when people haven't watched the show, you're gonna think, okay, well, if it's all Black people, there's gonna be bear drama, there's going to be fights, there's gonna be arguments, there's gonna be a lot of finger waving, there's gonna be snatching of the wig. So obviously they're going to have like
some aggression, of course.
And it's like, when you look at Real Housewives of Potomac, if you've never seen it before, why can't you have the perspective of, you know what, these are all women that have good jobs, have good lives, and they're portrayed as something positive? It's because I personally feel that people have a portrayal of Black women as nothing positive. It's negative. For another example, I would say, to bring it back a bit, being the only Black person at a work environment, being the one Black person, you have to automatically, you want to be like, you know what, I don't want to be portrayed as the angry Black woman in the workforce. Like, why do we have to automatically put that in our minds, that we have to act a certain way and be a certain way in an environment, basically?
I think.
How,
are you done?
no,
You're not done.
no, I'm sorry. I'm just saying, and then I'm trying to link that over to how women are portrayed. Black women are portrayed on TV and on Instagram and all that stuff.
Okay, so sorry, I need water. I gotta clear my throat constantly. I have a bottle of water here. So pretty much, my opinion on that is, okay, how do I say this? To me, Black people are, I guess, misunderstood, right? And a lot of people, it goes back to, obviously, you have to go back to slavery days and things like that, right? Mm-hmm. It goes back to that because a lot of people didn't understand Black people. You get what I'm saying? Or know Black people. That's why we were put in the circus, or, people always want to feel our hair or, touch our skin, because they don't understand Black people. And that has been from the beginning of time, right? So that kind of, to me, like, let's fast forward, right? People don't understand us. They only have an understanding of us. So it's all about, like, if they heard Black people are aggressive and they don't know, let's say, Black people per se, or they're not close friends with any Black people. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if they hear that there's aggression and there's this and there's that, that's obviously, let's say, hearsay, or things that you get what I'm saying, they were told by passed down along the family line, or whatever the case is, right? So our perception is like their perception of us, that kind of goes on to like TV and stuff, because unfortunately, well, now there's more Black writers, right? But before, we have to know there was barely any black writers, right? Producing shows and movies and scripts and things like that. So our characters are or who yeah, our characters in any role that we would play was written by someone else of color, like a different color. You get what I'm saying? So now what we're put anything put on TV is their perception of us. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right? That's one way to look at it. The second way to look at it is, yes, some of us are aggressive. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some of us do, unfortunately, have some bad attitudes or just, just mad all the time and things like that. So anyone else that's not the same color as us is going to always have that as maybe their first impressions, or people like to categorize people and say, oh, all black people are like that then, and things like that, right? So it's a balance. So it could be between the two on why, even in general, on a let's say any given day, we are portrayed as angry or aggressive or rude and all types of things. You know
So
what I'm saying?
I agree with you in a way, because yes, people have a misunderstanding of Black people,
Yeah.
but don't you also feel it's up to us to change that narrative? I mean, like I said, like, I where I work, I'm the only Black female, so
Yeah.
I try my best to not start arguments, to, like, bite my tongue, so I don't get that, oh, Katrina's in the mood again, or could angry Black
Yeah.
beware, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, even though we try so hard to change that stigma of Black people or Black females, it's so hard because how we are portrayed in the media, how we are portrayed um, in these reality shows. I mean, how are we going to be able to change how we are in person if we are watching all these shows and hearing all these negative things about Black women? There has to be some type of balance, you know?
Okay, so my thing is, I'm gonna circle back around to when you said, um, it's it it's up to us. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you said this, like it's up to us to kind of prove that we aren't these things, right?
Right.
And when we're in a workplace, let's say we're gonna bite our tongues and not say certain things so that they don't have a certain perception of us. But then I think that hinders us too, because we shouldn't have to change who you actually are, because all of us are different. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to change who you actually are, maybe you are actually aggressive. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or maybe you are vocal, that's how you are, or whatever the case is. Every race has someone that's overly aggressive, overly vocal, or overly angry, like stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? So like, me personally, I don't think anyone should have to change anything if they're in a workplace. Unfortunately we do, but I feel like we're not being our true selves when we do that anyway. You get what I'm saying? You're not happy if you can't say everything you want to say. You're probably going to be at your happiest when you know that you could go through life saying whatever you want to say, because you're not bottling anything up, right?
Right.
And you're not being aggressive, because let's say a lot of people are doing that, actually, what you said, right? And they're biting their tongue, they're doing this, they're doing that. Do you think that by them doing that, they're not saying everything they completely want to say, or voicing all their same thing,
But
voicing their opinions?
there's a way that
So
you can bite your tongue, or
yeah.
you can choose your words correctly or in a different way to get what you're
Hmm.
trying to say. Like, you can, okay, how do I phrase this? Like, if I want to say, Deneen, you smell when you come to work,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna flat out say it 'cause I know that hurts your feelings. But
Hmm.
if we were, like, clearly we're friends, so if we work together, I would say, Deneen, man, you smell. But if I
Hmm.
don't know you, right? I would
What's
choose
that?
my words
Yeah, that's funny.
wisely. So in a
Hmm.
way, you're still changing yourself, because you have to now change the way you say it compared to I guess it's like changing your audience, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're around your friends, you can be exactly who you want to be. I mean,
Yeah.
you're not going to be that same person when you go to work because you want to have like a disconnection between personal life and work life. So my question to you is then, when let's say you're in a different setting, do you change your personality depending on the audience then?
Well, that's because you're not, yeah. So obviously, like if you're raised with any decency or like a normal person, you would know that going somewhere you're gonna act different. There's has to be different yous in different occasions, but it just goes back to knowing how to read the room. A lot of people just don't know how to read the room. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like everyone could be in a room sad and someone will come in laughing. For what reason? Like you have to kind of read the room. You get what I'm saying? Like something could have really just happened why everyone's sad, right? But then that just goes back to, I don't know, it's kind of like I said, it's a balance, because you could either be someone different, like around different people, but then your true self is who you are, I guess, if no one's around or if you're just around family. So what's stopping us from being our true selves, right? Are
Yeah.
we afraid? We're afraid to be interpreted as angry or aggressive and all that stuff. You get what I'm saying? Because that's why, so we're not being our true selves. We're not living our true happy lives that we're supposed to live. You get what I'm saying?
If my personality is to be Ratchet, would it
Yeah.
be okay to bring me around your family?
Yeah, you just go, okay, Katrina's coming over. She's super ratchet. You get what I'm saying? Then we're reading the room. We know how to act when
Okay.
you come. You get what I'm saying? But
Okay.
no, I probably wouldn't, to be honest.
Oh, okay. So that's what I'm saying. It's just like,
What, did I just contradict everything I was saying?
didn't contradict.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, okay, I know that I know that society has um, labeled Black women as being a certain way. Okay, we could even say Black men or just Black people in general. So, do you feel that um, us as Black people, for our younger generation, us as Black people, Black older people right now in our lives, should we change the way we used to be when we were younger? Or can we still be that little Black Ratchet person if you want to be around certain people? Do you want to change the way that Black women are portrayed in society? Or would you rather just let society feel how they want to feel, and I'm going to show you how I am. I'm going to show you how Katrina is on a daily basis. I'm not that angry person. Like, you still have to prove yourself. You know, you have something to prove when you step out that house every morning. When like, you still have something to prove that Deneen is this. Deneen's not this. Because people
Yeah.
are going to judge you regardless because you have nice, beautiful locks. What are, okay, there, for example, when people first meet you, they see your locks. They're nice, long, beautiful locks. And locks have a negative attachment based on how,
Bad stigma to it, yeah.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
how would you continue to be like, yo, they can feel however I feel about my locks? Or would you be like, would you want to educate them to let them know that locks aren't this? Do you even care what anybody?
Well, yeah, okay. So first
I,
of all, okay, it's a balance, because me personally, I've been told many times, oh, when it used to be hard to find jobs and stuff like that, right? I
mm-hmm.
used to be the one that be like, okay, like I'm looking for a job, whatever, and I've had people say, oh, it's probably because you got locks, or
Oh, people have said
stuff
that?
like that. So then I always said, huh?
People actually said that? It's because you
What'd
have
you say?
people actually
Yeah,
said.
I swear to you, people said that. Yeah, so I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm never doing that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, if a job doesn't want me for my hair and not for what I know and things like that, then I don't want to be a part of that anyway. You get what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm,
you don't have to pick me, right?
mm-hmm,
Um, So would I ever do that? Like, I always thought about it. I'm like, people could give me whatever advice for whatever, but I know the bad stigma behind locks and stuff, but as you go, as people are more educated, they know that locks is just hair. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for as to prove certain things, I would never try to prove anything. Like, I don't care. You get what I'm saying? It's not bad.
Oh, you're frozen. Or am I frozen? Are you frozen? Deneen, come back. Where'd you go? Okay, I'm gonna pause. Okay.
Hey, hey.
Hey.
Katrina,
Yo.
can you get out the galaxy right now, please?
Hi, yo.
Yo.
Jealous that you
Okay.
can do this.
You're so dumb.
We were like just talking about how Black women are portrayed. Okay. I'm gonna try to
Oh,
switch.
yes.
I'm gonna try to switch it up a bit. Um,
Okay.
so there's a video on TikTok that I don't have TikTok. I don't even want to. I don't need another app to add to my phone. But
Yeah.
I saw on Instagram it was a lineup of black younger men were standing, and then they had the option of running to the right for Black women or running to the left for white women. So
Yeah.
majority of them ran to the left, meaning that they prefer white women.
They want the wet. No. Okay.
Okay, yeah, they want, yes. Um, why do you feel, oh, so wait, let me link it to another video. There was another video of
Yeah.
a guy going around asking his friends, do you prefer Black women or white women? And majority of his friends said white women, and they started listing things. They said that white women are better in bed. White women don't have attitude. White women are a certain way, like they're very positive, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Do you feel that this is also linked to how Black women are portrayed in social media and how we have that stigma that we were talking about? Do you think that is linked because of how we're portrayed? How do you feel about those two videos?
Honestly, okay, like I have a difference of opinion. So it doesn't really, everyone's gonna have different opinions. But for me personally, when it comes to them running left, right? And whatever the case is, everyone has their preference, right? So we can't even get mad at people if they prefer someone of the opposite race, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But to me personally, it does tie into like just, I guess, the bad stigma around Black women as well, right? Because people automatically think that like, say we're too aggressive, we have a lot of attitude, but I feel like that's just what we deserve. We deserve to be aggressive and have a lot of attitude. You get what I'm saying? Because
Okay.
what do black women go through? A lot. You know what I mean? Like, legit go through more than probably any other race, hands down.
But
You
then,
get what I'm saying?
it's funny because I think there was like a response to that video of like the Black women running left or right, whatever. So Black women had the choice of going white or Black. I think majority, it was like split. Like most of them went to white, some of them, the other half went to Black, whatever. So what was I gonna say? Oh my gosh. So if you know how I've heard that Black men have a weird response to seeing Black women going for white men.
Yeah.
Do you think that is wrong of them to feel that way? Do you think that then interracial couples as a whole is an issue. And why is it an issue? Like, is it because of how Black women are portrayed? Like, I'm trying to link all of them together in some way, somehow. Kind of sounds confusing, but I'm trying to link them together.
It could be confusing, but it's kind of all ties into the same thing, right? Like, why do some of us Black girls want a flipping white guy, and why does some Black guys want a white girl? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it could be a toss up in you know in both situations, right? So for anyone to say anything, it doesn't really matter what anyone's opinion is, but at the same time, I think it's personal experiences, right? Some people are just attracted to obviously opposite race, right?
Right.
And then you have some people that are just attracted to or not attracted to a certain type of person because of their own experience. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
With maybe Black girls and things like that, or another one might just be going based off of what they see around them. Like, a lot of people probably, some Black guys grow up like in around a bunch of people that are not the same race as them, and maybe they see all their friends and stuff dating all these white chicks or whatever the case is, and then maybe they want to do it because they see like that's the norm, or that's what's around them. You get what I'm saying? So there's a whole bunch of factors that play into anyone's decision with dating someone of the next race.
Okay.
What do you think about that? What's your opinions on that?
My opinion is there's always going to be a stigma. I mean, society's always going to portray race, a certain race, or even gender a certain way, right? I think that to us to change, to want to make that change so we can let them know that we aren't a certain way. That's number one. That's like link it back to the first topic. Tying it into how the younger generation, it seems to me, because I mean, based on social media, that the younger generation likes interracial relationships. I don't have a negative view on it. I'm like, if you like what you like, kudos to you. But I don't think it's right on them to say, I don't like Black women based on this. You can just, why do you have to explain yourself as to why you don't like it? If you don't like it, you don't like it. I shouldn't have to tell you why, because you're just bashing that whole race for no reason. Keep in mind, you still have a Black mom. You know what I'm saying? You still have Black sisters. You still have Black family. So why should you have to knock down that race? Why can't you just leave it at that? I just don't prefer that race. You know what I'm saying?
I personally think anyone that does that, let's be honest, I don't care what race you are, anyone that like literally bads up their own race, right? Like, there's like, you could be passionate, like even being passionate about it, like why you don't like this race and why it's not your type and blah 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 blah, right? Like, once you do that, we know like you have some type of self-hate towards maybe yourself. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's the only thing that I could think of that would stem from that, because there's no way that you would be so passionate or this, because I've seen that happen. You have some Black guys that'd be like, yo, I would never date a Black girl, her hair is dry up and like, you know what I mean? Like, excuse me. Like, that's your culture. You get what I'm saying? So why would you be okay with doing that, right? So that's to me, that would be nothing but self-hate. Yeah.
Okay. So do you feel that you want to change? Because there are women out there that dislike, obviously, men that put Black women down, right? Would you try to let them know, like educate them as to you shouldn't do this, because at the end of the day, you still have this, or do you just allow them, like just leave them, let them be? I shouldn't have to waste my energy to educate your ignorance, So Do you?
Me educate the people that have self-hate or are doing that?
Yeah.
Like me personally, I wouldn't educate them on anything, because that's something that you can't even teach. Like you should already know you shouldn't have self-hate towards yourself or your race. Like, you get what I'm saying, in general. Like, so to teach, I would not teach them nothing. Obviously, whoever's your race, but I didn't teach them nothing. Like, or
Okay.
I can't say that actually,
Yeah, you can't because they're
but
just ignorant themselves.
because you never know. Yeah, they could have been taught, but then I just say self-hate. It just stems down to that,
Okay.
in all honesty.
I'm just looking at my topics here, trying to tie in everything so we're not all over the place. But we do talk about random stuff, so we can be all over the place if we want to be. Um, do you?
This is random topics though, so
Yeah. Yeah.
kind of thought about it.
Um,
Yeah.
do you feel that? Let's see. I mean, is there anything else you want to talk about that we were talking about earlier, or do you want to just change up the whole topic? Anything else you want to talk about regarding, like? I think we hit all the points.
Regarding that whole race and stuff like that, I just think personally, like, to be 100%, I just think that nobody should ever change the way they are, especially within a workplace that, you know what I mean? Let's be honest, like, if we're not being ourselves at the end of the day, who are we? Like, who are we being? You get what I'm saying? We're being what society wants us to be, and we're being what like, growing up, what did we see? Like, all we seen on TV shows is a certain, like, dream or certain ways that you should achieve, like by 16 or this, by 18 or this, and you know what I mean? So we're originally not already being our true selves. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just think, like, when it comes down to, like, being your workplace, or people think you're aggressive, or, you know, anything like that, I don't think that anybody should just try to hold in their thoughts, or not be vocal, because they want to have people have a better perception of us. Like, for
So if
what?
there's someone at your workplace that dislikes you for a certain reason,
Hmm. Hmm.
do you just leave them alone, let them feel however they want to feel, or would you try to change their perspective of you or their idea of you as a person?
Honestly, I'll tell you this. And any workplace I've been in, okay, I've never been there to care if anybody likes me, to be 100%, right? Well, depending on the setting, right? But I don't go anywhere with the intention, like, oh, these people better like me. Like, it is what it is at the end of the day, right? People usually hate people before they know them anyway.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard people say, oh, I used to hate that girl and now we're friends? Like,
Yeah.
that's just because you got to know that person. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I just I go into any workplace setting, any setting really, with just, I'm not there to please anybody. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if you don't like me. I like you because I don't know you. You get what I'm saying? I don't know you not to like you, but you don't have to like me, right? But you don't know me, so your opinions don't matter.
Your
You get
opinion
what I'm saying?
doesn't matter, but I still have to work with you. So there's a way that it can affect the work relationship. If that person's judging you from the jump, and clearly you're going to have to interact with that person because you work there, I think it does affect your workplace though. Like, if they're, let's say you're working with your friend and you guys got into a
Hold on. I don't want to cut you off. Because I don't want to forget what I was gonna say.
Okay, go ahead.
That shouldn't affect your working at all. You get what I'm saying? Because any workplace is literally fake. Like, any situation is fake. What will happen is, people usually, they say you fake it till you make it, or whatever the case is. Like, there's gonna be someone that pisses you off or does stupid things, and then you're gonna be like, yo, this, like, you're saying all those bad thoughts in your head, or like, yo, I don't mess with this person, blah 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 blah. But guess what? When you see them, hi, how are you? Because it's a work environment. You should know how to act in a work environment anyway. And that still ties back to when you said, you know, when you're talking about, what'd you say with the work setting? Whatever, I can't remember. Let's just pass that. But it's
Listening.
something. If I remember, I'll let you know. But
Yeah.
what?
No,
Yeah.
were you even listening
So
to me? You weren't listening to me then.
I was listening. I remember what you said, but not really right at this moment. So it's okay.
Okay.
Honestly, though, like I think it wouldn't affect me in a workplace if someone like didn't like me. It's that simple. You don't know me yet. Most likely you're gonna end up liking me because I'm not a bad person. You get what I'm saying? I don't go out my way in any work setting to make someone's life difficult, or you know how people are. Not even, let's just take work out of it. In any setting, I don't really go out my way to make people uncomfortable or feel out of place for people I don't know. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not ever going into an intention like into a setting with the intention that everyone has to like me, because they don't know me. I don't know if I like them yet. You get what I'm saying either. So yeah, that's I think I like sidetracked it, but that's fine.
No, you didn't. You didn't. You tied in everything together.
Okay.
What was I gonna say? What was the last?
Outside is like beautiful right now. The leaves.
You like this sweater?
Nice.
Like it's just sweater and
Yeah, I love fall.
boots.
Boots. I love my combat boots. I love I just love the fall swag, like the colors, the hats, the scarves, like stuff like that. It's nice.
Mm, mm, mm. I think we've covered everything that I wanted to talk about. We talked about how social media and reality TV portrays Black women. We said
Mm-hmm.
you don't feel that at the end of the day you're gonna have to be who you want to be, right? That's what you're basically saying. You have to be who you want to be, no matter what society portrays you as. You still have to be who you want to be.
Yeah.
We talked about.
Oh, Katrina, hold on a second before I forget. So the next thing is too, I just want to bring this up because I forgot to say this. If a Black guy or whatever the case is does not want to be with a Black girl, is it because he is a weak individual, right? Do you think that? Because if you're mad at if you're intimidated by aggression or by like a strong personality and stuff like that, like what does that say about you at the same time, right?
I
You
feel
have to,
I feel
yeah.
if there's a guy that dislikes, let's say there are men out there that dislike dark-skinned women.
Mm-hmm.
They have a portrayal of dark-skinned women being a certain way. I feel
Mm-hmm.
that they are continuing to not educate themselves as to why you are entertaining this negative portrayal of Black dark-skinned women. I mean, I think it's I just feel that no matter, like what you were saying, no matter how people feel about being with Black person based on da, I feel that,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? I'm gonna ask to just erase that. Let me erase everything we just said. Oh, I said. Erase that.
Okay.
Erase. Okay.
Okay.
Your question is how if okay, ask your question again. Ask your question again.
Ask my question again. I said, if a dude does not want to be with a Black woman, sorry, because of her aggression, because of her attitude or her strong personality or strong choice of words or opinions, and doesn't like, certain things, how things are said, done, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Is he really a man? Like, you know what I'm saying? A man should be able to handle those things. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between unnecessary like attitude and things like that. But wouldn't you want someone strong behind you? You get what I'm saying?
Well, I feel that it I wouldn't say if it makes them feel it's not weak. I think it's just they have their preference. I mean, if they don't want a certain person by their side, it's because they want someone that they can control. Um, if they want,
Submissive. Yeah.
right. I don't find them as being weak. I think it all goes back to control. They want to gain control over a person. So I'm not going to level up myself or be seen as not a strong man. Why would I put myself with a strong woman? So I have to fix myself to challenge myself to be better than her. I really think that I'm perfect a certain way. I want someone lower than me. I think it's just their ideology of, if they've never been in a situation with a strong person, a strong black woman, that's their loss, because that means that, number one, they don't want to challenge themselves. They don't want their kids to be around someone that they can look up to. It's their loss at the end of the day. Why would you want to be with, why would you, okay, if you are a strong black woman, why would you want to be
Mhm.
with someone that's not as strong as you are?
Yeah. But can I say something? So what you saying that sparked this? So I'm thinking about this. It goes way back into the conversation about repressed feelings and things like that, right? Because guess what? Black women are going to be a little bit more angry and things like that, right? Because of just them having to, a lot of us had to grow up tough. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, or, toughen up, or da da da, or you're being too this and being too that, like stuff like that. A
Mhm.
lot of, and black women hold in like a lot too, right? Because you just have struggles, different struggles than obviously some other races too. Like, people don't know what you're going through at times, and you repress all these things, and you can't be yourself, and you can't do this, you can't do that. So now a lot of people don't, they repress it to the point where it's like, they snap out at people that are trying to be there for them and things like that. But now when you have the husband come around, or the man that's trying to whatever, any woman's going to be submissive to a guy that they first of all want, right?
I agree.
And let them control and lead, right? But then a lot of women, we don't do that because we are so used to just, you know doing things ourselves, and you know being tough, like, you get what I'm saying, at the same time. So we have that, a lot of females have that personality where they're not gonna be submissive easily to a guy and things like that. So the guy has to, first of all, you have to have patience for stuff like that, but at the same time, you have to be the man she wants to probably change that for. You get what I'm saying? That's me personally. So if a guy is saying that a girl is too rude and da da da, or not being, a certain way, I think that that's just not the guy for her, because any female will let that wants a guy, you know what I'm saying, and you want him to be your husband, your man, whatever the case is, you're gonna be a little bit less, you're gonna be submissive, you're gonna be a little easier to take correction, or let him make decisions and things like that.
So you're
Yeah.
saying that, like, if you really like someone,
Yeah.
but then, okay, I'm going back to, if you really like someone, shouldn't you like them for how you
Who
are?
they are.
Yeah, altogether. Because why are you changing yourself because you like
For
them?
anybody.
Right?
That's true.
So then, like,
That is true.
why should I? Okay, if I like A, and he covers everything that I want in a man.
Hmm.
There's a but that affects him.
Yeah.
Let's say he has something that I usually don't usually would like in a man. Why would I
Hmm.
still go for that man, knowing that he knocks down all these personality ticks? But he has this big negative factor that I said I would never ever do. I don't think that you shouldn't have to change it. I think you just get that man away, because that, that big thing's going to affect you.
Yeah.
Every single time that big thing comes into play, it's going to affect you. So why should we have to be submissive now? Be like, you know what? It's okay. I like him. I'm still going to let him. So you're not being that strong black woman that you want to be. You're not being your true self.
it's not necessarily not being your true self. What I'm trying to say is, we would pretty much be like, you're more willing to like, if you love somebody and or you are in lust with someone or infatuated, whatever, but love is different on a different level. So let's just say love. So if you love somebody, you're gonna let them do things you wouldn't let other people do anyway. You get what I'm saying? So it's not even about checking off everything or whatever the case is. You're just gonna be blinded, or you're gonna just like accept or allow more things because you love this person. If it's someone you like or you barely like or whatever the case is, those things wouldn't slide. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so you can't, we have to be, I don't know, we have to be very careful, like when we say like check all the boxes or just let them go. But it's not really changing yourself. It's just that you've changed because you know that you could compromise little things because how you feel. You get what I'm saying?
Well, I was to go back to what I was saying of checking off boxes. There are times where you find a man that checks off all the boxes that you want, and you dislike it. So those boxes, like you, go ahead.
You know, you just like what that they check off all the boxes.
Yeah, no, you let's say you like a man a certain way, a certain height, how he treats you. He needs to be romantic and touchy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you want that, right? And
Yeah.
then you find a guy that does all of that. He's romantic to you, he's touchy, whatever. Then you realize you don't like it. You want you want to be the touchy person. You need space. Like there are times where
Yeah.
you don't actually want everything underneath that list. What are you looking at?
Sorry, no. I thought I was trying to. I was stretching my foot and something fell there. So I was like, what is that? But yeah, sorry. Sitting in your car chronicles.
Yeah. Um, yeah, so basically
But
there are
yeah.
times where you get what you want and that's not what you actually want. You get what you want and that's not what you actually want too. So I think that you shouldn't be as picky when you want someone because nobody's perfect. You're not going to
Yeah.
find someone as your perfect man. You're going to let some things slide. So to try to tie it back to how did we even start this conversation? It was about no idea how we got
It's
here.
about really prep. It was about prep. Huh?
I don't remember how we got here.
I think it's about preference. I think it's about preference still because we're like, I think I tied it in somewhere. I don't remember, but
Okay.
it's okay. You made some good points, some good valid statements.
Yes, you too. But I would love to hear how other people feel about all the topics that we were talking about today. So go to our YouTube, go to our Instagram, and type away and let me hear how you feel. So we can probably get your see what you're tough about those topics that we were talking about earlier.
Definitely. So we're gonna have next episode. We're gonna have feature a guy. So for the guys, we're gonna get someone that you guys can relate to and see what their opinions are on certain topics that we've covered and are gonna cover. So let's make it a little more controversial because guys and girls always differ in opinions. You get what I'm saying? So it also ties into just getting more guys, getting more vocalness from males. You get what I'm saying? Because I feel like they have their own big
We could be wrong about so
stigma.
many things. We could probably be wrong
Yeah,
about so many things. So it
so
would be
many
nice
things
to
about
hear.
males.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it would be nice to hear how they
black
feel.
males.
Hmm.
Yeah. So it would be nice to hear how they feel and their thoughts and opinions on things as well, because I don't feel like Toronto even has that much what do you call it,
Oh, a lot.
influencers out here,
Yeah.
right? So
Mhm.
people don't only have their perception of Toronto guys on how, like, what they hear about and things like that, but you need more voices, right? So
Yeah. Okay. So I
so
guess
that yeah, go
so.
ahead, sorry.
You have someone in mind, or that I don't know about? Like, who are you gonna invite?
It's gonna be, you know what I mean. We'll pick a few because there's a few guys that want to be honest to voice some opinions on what was said prior. So and some topics that I brought up, you know, on the one. So
Okay.
we're gonna have we'll have someone interesting. Don't worry, not someone that's gonna come and talk nonsense. Someone that's gonna talk good for the guys, right? So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be dope. And yeah, you have anything else to add, Katrina?
I'm good. So thanks. This was another episode of Tough Talk Tuesdays, and welcome back to what the hell am I saying? What the fuck?
Yeah. He's like, welcome to episode, what is it, 4 now, 3?
No,
he's like, welcome back on next week's episode.
Okay.
No, but
Yo.
I know. So this has been another Tough Talk Tuesday. Definitely hit us up in the comments on any platform that we're on. Tough Talk Toronto, TUFF Talk Toronto, and tell us what you're tough about, and you know, tell us. We want to know everything. So I'm Deneen once again.
I'm Katrina.
And I was gonna point this way. And
behind you.
can't see her. Yeah. Yeah. So next episode, it may be a Zoom depending on, but if not, we'll be back in the setting that we were in before.
Mm-hmm.
But we definitely wanted to make sure we did something because we have a lot of tough things to talk about. Trust me. All right.
But did we say ready? Say bye.
We said bye. You know, we're like the church sermon at the end.
No.
where someone goes, we have announcements. It's like 50 things. Like you sat for like 2 sermons.
Can you see this? Can you see this?
See what? What's happening?
Can you not see the thumb?
Oh yeah. What the hell? Is that a thumbs up?
Where's it on the screen on your phone?
Oh, it's at the bottom, so it's like this.
Oh, okay.
It's like right here.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Bye.
So later, we'll see you next week. We see you.
Oh my God.
We'll see you next episode. I know. Oh my gosh, we should have ended it a long time ago. Okay. Cut.